this game ball goes to the whole Oxford community. All those were affected. And that being said, man, I want us to not forget these names: Madison Baldwin, Hannah St. Juliana, Justin Schilling, Tate Muir, Phoebe Arthur, John Ashudu, Riley France, Elijah Mueller, Kylie Osigi, Aiden Watson, and Molly Darnell, who's a teacher. Those names, for all those, will never be forgotten, and they're in our hearts and our prayers, and all the families, and not to mention all those that were affected by all of this. The classmates, the brothers and sisters, the cousins, the teachers, everybody, coaches.
And very, very cool there by Dan Campbell to do that and to bring the names up, because T-Foss, that's what I always said. You have to keep bringing this up because something's got to be done about it. And we had that discussion certainly on Monday. But the Lions do get the win, 29-27, their first win. And T-Foss was upset by people like Stick popping bottles and things like that. And look, T-Foss, even me, who's riding the Draft Capital train, the Draft Capital Express, the DCE. When it happened, I was, again, people were excited and things like that, and I get it, T-Foss, I do. I know you don't, but I do.
I don't. Tell me why. Why? Why did they celebrate that one victory?
And here's where, again, I'm going to contradict myself, I guess, T-Foss. But, hey, I'm a human being. We do these things. We laugh at, the people that put the engine block on their head when they've gone 364 days without winning a game and things like that. But, again, I'm not a hater. Michigan fans disagree, but I'm not a hater. If he wants to put that much emotion into it, then live your best life, man. If you want to be happy because they won, then be happy because you won, because the Lions won. It's the one thing that they want more than anything in the world is for their football team to win. So, with all that being said, now we have to lock in the rest of the way. We can't have any more slip-ups like we had yesterday.
Here we go.
I gave it to you guys, and look, I wanted this. We have to protect that at all costs. I wanted this to come down. I wanted this mathematically clinched by the last game against Green Bay, and then I wanted the Lions to beat the Packers. Maybe the Packers were playing with nothing on the line, but the new playoff format suggests that won't happen anymore. I think that's another reason why they added the playoff team and only one bye, because it keeps the juices flowing. But with all that being said, I wanted this locked up mathematically. It's not. We cannot have any more slip-ups, T-Foss. Now, fortunately, Mike Zimmer's no longer on the schedule, and I knew he was a danger. I knew he was, and he proved out to be. I'll never understand what he was doing before the half. I'll never understand that. And I'll never understand why the Vikings keep him as a coach. But whatever, that's Minnesota's problem. That's not our problem. My big takeaway from the game, though, T-Foss, and this is what I've said all season long, Amon-Ra St. Brown, a fourth-round draft pick, makes the catch, has 10 catches for 86 yards, wins the game by making the touchdown reception in the end zone. That's draft capital. That's a guy that Brad Holmes brought in, that he drafted. When was the last time we saw a fourth-round draft pick come in and win a game, T-Foss? I'm not saying he specifically won the game, but made the play. This is a league of making plays.
How about this one? When was the last time we saw a fourth-round draft pick make the roster?
Or, even be in the box score.
Right.
That's my whole thing. You're seeing on the YouTube channel right now, the 2021 draft, and they're a factor. They're making things happen. Anzarika and Aleem McNeil were very good yesterday. Very good. And in and above that, T-Foss, they were there on the field. They played. Right. They're in the box score. That's my hope, T-Foss.
Okay.
That's my hope.
Right,
so far, the early
hope.
Returns are Brad Holmes is as advertised. The early returns, I get it, but we got nothing else to go on.
All right. Here's my take on it. The Detroit Lions give these fans nothing. And these fans are so loyal. And for me, all the Lions deserved yesterday was a golf clap. The fact that you're screaming and jumping up and down so happy. Your team is still 1-10-1. Your team has no shot at the playoffs. Your team is mismanaged by Dan Campbell. And I just don't get the love for this team. They don't love you back. They're an embarrassment. And you know, every year, and these fans, they love this team in April and May and during training camp. And by October and November, they're so pissed off, like, you let me down again. What do you expect? That's what the Lions do. But you keep falling for the fake every year. And I thought yesterday we looked small town. We looked Bush League. This wasn't Detroit. This was Paducah, Kentucky. Like, yeah, our team won a football game.
And look, I can understand where you're coming from, but again, the people that put so much emotion into it, they got their moment, and that's fine with me as long as it doesn't happen again. Because for me, it all goes back to the draft capital thing, and I'll keep saying it. I've been saying it all year. I said it today. I'll say it tomorrow whenever we talk about the Lions. That's how it's going to be. What about this one here? Tony Pasta says, Terry Foster's a hater. He said nothing good about Detroit sports since 1984.
That's a lie. It's a bald-faced lie. The only organization I get on is the Detroit Lions. Now, I've praised the Wings up and down the road, okay? I've said great things about the Pistons. I've praised the Tigers for their World Series runs to exhaustion. The only team that I cannot stand in this city is the Lions because they're abusive to you and you don't even realize it. So don't give me this crap. I've never said anything good about any franchise since '84. That's a bald-faced lie. The guy knows it's a damn lie. He's pissed because I'm not kissing the Lions' ass. That's why he's mad. And that's why people are mad at me today. Because I don't fall for this foolishness. And you know what? Here's my flaw. I think that the sports fans in this town should be more mature, should be smarter, and they should realize what's going on in this town, and they don't. And I understand, being a fan is fanatic. You don't see things clearly a lot of times, but y'all are you're being raped by the Lions and don't even see it.
Miki Phelps said, we needed one win. We got it. Can't be zero. Still on track for the number one pick. And that's exactly where my stance is. Tactile Puma 58 says, if a higher draft pick correlated to success, we would have won a few Super Bowls. Well, I would say to you, Tactile Puma, where when they've had those high picks, they've hit on them. Matt Stafford, Calvin Johnson, and Ndamukong Suh. That just goes to show you how bad the rest of it's been, which is even more fuel to what I talked about Amon-Ra St. Brown and what he did. And we saw plays really being made up and down by draft picks. I think Rack brought up Derek Barnes' play that he made defensively in the game. This is how you win. This is how the Patriots were good. This is how the Chiefs won a Super Bowl. This is how the 49ers went to their Super Bowl when Harbaugh was the coach. That's how you see it done. 4th, 5th, 2nd, 3rd round draft picks that contribute, that are factors, and you keep it flowing. You keep it flowing. And I am, believe it or not, as a guy that sits here behind this microphone and clamors for losses because he wants draft capital, even as I do that, I say that because I'm very high on Brad Holmes. He is the by far and away the most important person in the Lions organization. We can talk about Dan Campbell and some of the coaching shortcomings and stuff
Holmes
like that.
Is the guy.
Holmes is it, man, because Terry Foss, you know this. If the coach is the problem, poof, you go get yourself a new coach. Because we saw that with the Browns. I forget who their coach was a couple years ago that was a clown. They replace him. The next year they win a playoff game in Pittsburgh. They take the Chiefs to the wire. You know what I'm saying? Like the coach can be changed out right quick.
Right.
The GM, however, holds the keys to the car for many, many years, and the early returns are good. And we saw that pay off a little bit yesterday.
Right. And let me address the idiot again who says I haven't said anything nice about Detroit sports. I said early on, I believe in Brad Holmes. I believe this guy is going to do it the right way. I believe he knows what he's doing. From people I talked to in the league say Brad Holmes is the real deal. And I still stand by that. But he showed that he's going to try to build it the right way. His philosophy is build it inside out. So that's why he got a bunch of defensive tackles, offensive linemen, because he's going to be allowed to build this the right way. Now, he could have just brought in a bunch of flashy receivers and stuff, but the base of your team is not built. But he's going to do it the right way. I believe in Brad Holmes. I don't believe in the Lions coach. I tried to give him the benefit of the doubt. The dude makes too many mistakes for me to believe in Dan Campbell. I think if this team is going to take the next step, it's going to have to be with another coach.
Right, but we can't do it all, Terry. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't rebuild this roster in one draft. You can't fully see what you have with the coach, although the early returns are certainly not good in what we saw in terms of play calling, because he is calling the plays. But we have time for that, Terry. We do. We have time for that. And D-Mac's little tracker, you know, we're moving up. I think we're past the third poll now, or getting to the third poll. Like, it's happening quickly, T-Foss. It is. And again, you're going to need a minimum of 2 drafts, especially stocked with the 3 picks, you know, in the first 2 rounds.
You need 3 drafts, brother.
Yeah, a minimum of 2, unless you really knock it out of the park. And I will say this: we talked about that draft class, man. I wasn't expecting that rate of return. Like usually got to hit about half. You'd say
that works. That can get you on the board.
That gets you on the board if you hit half. They're pretty much all contributing.
They are, but the Lions in the past were missing on 2nd-round picks.
Right.
That's dangerous. That's why this team is so bad. They were missing on 2nd-round picks.
Right. And, you know, Freddie Kitchens, everyone's telling me that's right. Freddie, what a disaster that dude was. He was single-handedly losing games for the Cleveland Browns. They switched the coach, boom. They win a playoff game in Pittsburgh. Like that would be equivalent to the Lions going into Green Bay and winning a playoff game. Would it not? I mean,
it would be.
Yeah, it would be similar. We'll take a look at all the New Year's 6 bowl matchups when we come back. Got to touch on the Red Wings as well. They may never lose again. This whole town may never lose again, Terry.
The Wings will lose a game.
Oh.
And I was talking this about Big Mac. I'm not Big Mac. His name is D-Mac. That the Wings, I like what they're doing now, but at some point there's going to be some stagnation, or there's going to be a week, or there's going to be a period where they're going to fall back down to earth, and then the key is to build back from that fall, because I think they're going to end up winning a championship at some point. But when you're a championship game team, for the most part, there's always a period where you look back and say, you know, we thought we were there, but we weren't. We learned from that, and then we came back and rose from the ashes. I think we're going to have to fight through watching the Wings do that at some point. Don't know when it's coming, but it's going to come.